salutations. Welcome to another episode of AudioPhiles with Biz Lifestyle. I am Biz, and I trust that life has been kind to us all. We will dive right in as this is Smooth Talk, No Filter. It has been a while, but it feels great to be back, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. The topic for this episode is understanding that not everything requires a response from us, and not everything deserves our energy. So let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, boy and girl, I am consistently on a journey of self-mastery and learning and growing and understanding, recognizing my faults, understanding my opportunities to improve, and just be a better aunt, a better sister, a better friend, a better daughter, just a better overall human being in the world. And just to make a solid and valuable, a meaningful contribution. I am a servant of my heart, and it definitely is my heart's joy to serve others and to share information and to uplift other people. I truly get pleasure from seeing other people do well. Like, I am truly pleased with seeing other people elevating and growing and doing well for themselves, because I'm learning that inspiration is my fuel. It's almost like inspiration is my love language more than any of the others, because when I am inspired, it just shows me that things are possible. It gives me such a good, warm feeling to know that it's possible, and that miracles can happen, and that there's wonderful things going on in the world, and there's people who are making advancements and pushing culture forward and looking for ways just to be better people. And it makes me want that for myself, and it makes me want that for us all. So as I'm on this journey and I'm understanding like my power and my energy, and I'm loving myself more, and I'm loving other people more, and I'm just more self-assured, it puts me in a position to feel less compelled to explain myself to people. I've spent a lot of time in my life looking to like give people clarity about who I was and why I did what I did, and just trying to prove myself and trying to explain myself to people, and wanting not so much validation or confirmation so much. I feel like we all, to an extent, want to be accepted. I feel like we all want to belong to something bigger than us. We all want to be seen. We all want to feel heard. And as long as you're not losing that sense of self about you, and that your self-confidence is in place, your self-love is there, your value is there, there's nothing wrong with that desire to be accepted. I feel like it is at our core and at our essence to love and receive love and give love in a way that is healthy. Love is a beautiful thing wherever you can find it, as long as it's healthy. But at the same time, when you come to a place where you feel the need to constantly, explain yourself or look to prove yourself to people, it's kind of a red flag. It's something to pay attention to. And it's usually that's a symptom. And you'll want to kind of do some shadow work and take inventory to find out what the root of the problem is. What is it that you're seeking? If there's a hole or a void within us, where is that void coming from? Because in the end, when it really boils down to it, self-love is the most important, in conjunction with serving a higher power and being in relationship with God and the universe, or, respectfully, or whatever higher power it is that you serve. Above all else, that security and safety that we feel of love should start from within and up above, as opposed to looking outward for belonging or validation in a way that can become unhealthy. You have to, again, be self-assured so that you can attract the type of attention and attract the type of energy that you want in your life. As we move around in life, and we set goals, and we cross paths with other people and different types of energy, because we are all of our own, unique upbringings and ways of living life. Sometimes heated discussions and disagreements can arise. Sometimes you may find yourself in a sticky situation. Not everyone is of a level head or of a mindset of thinking critically and resolving conflict in a way that's healthy. It's important to be poised and to know how to maneuver in situations like that, and put your pride to the side. We've talked about it on AudioPhiles in the past, but pride is very big. Pride comes before the fall, and typically it can come before destruction. Always check that pride. Always keep that ego in check. Ego is healthy, and so is pride, as long as you understand it for what it is, and that you don't allow your pride or ego to get you into a wreck. We don't owe anyone anything, and the world does not owe us anything. And that also includes your energy or a response from you. I'm just teaching myself more and more. Not everything deserves a response. Silence can be so loud. It can even be deafening in situations. And sometimes what we don't say can be the clearest message that we send. No response is indefinitely a response. For example, if you shoot someone a text message and they don't answer at all, that's a response. It's a response for sure. A message is definitely being sent. If you call someone's phone or if they call your phone and you just don't answer and you elect not to answer, a message is being sent. So just keep that in mind. There are certain situations in life where healthy communication and even compromise, you hear someone out, sometimes you have to agree to disagree. I think that's mature. I think that's healthy. I think that's the way it should be. We're not going to always agree with one another or be able to come to a consensus or see eye to eye. And that's okay as long as we can do that with dignity and respect. But if there's a situation where it's getting heated and it's like the situation has gotten heated and it's become counterproductive, you're not even focused on what the initial miscommunication or disagreement was about. You've kind of come to that place where it's just heated. You're doing the daggers. You're just coming for each other. Like it's just about digs and going back and forth. Like that's not productive. And that didn't deserve your energy. And you leave situations like that feeling upset, feeling charged up. Sometimes your adrenaline is rushing. You're ready to take action. You're drained of your energy, but you didn't accomplish anything. We should never, as much as possible, find ourselves in a place where we're drained of our energy, but we didn't accomplish anything. And now you've also kind of closed off the possibility of being able to communicate with that individual, that other person, about what the situation was because it went there, you know? So we don't want to burn any bridges. It's okay to just remove yourself from a situation. It's okay to, in advance, see that this isn't productive. This isn't something that's worth you even speaking on. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a sign of weakness. If anything, to me, it's a sign of strength to know where to use your energy, to understand your strength so much to a point that this is something that I can make a valid contribution to. But this situation here is not something that requires a response from me. It just doesn't. Sometimes people look to trigger you because that's the space where they are in life. Some people just get a charge from getting a rise out of you. Like they get validation in that. It's unfortunate. It's childish. It's immature. It doesn't serve anyone, but that's a fact. And we can't go around rewriting the English language for people's feelings. Yes, we should take other people's feelings into consideration. But at the end of the day, as I like to say, I'm not responsible for the information and how you process it once I put it out. As long as I do so without malintent and I'm clear and I'm focused on the task at hand, it's your responsibility what you do with that information and how you process it and what you allow your feelings to drive you to do. I can't walk around and move around in life being accountable for other people's feelings. It's enough of a task for me to manage my own. So let us just take some time, do that shadow work, go behind the scenes within ourselves, take ourselves to task, ask ourselves some difficult questions to ensure that we are, you know, understanding our power and we're using our energy in a way that is productive and we're not just giving it away and allowing other people to live in our heads rent free, putting ourselves in situations of strife and conflict because we felt the need to respond to someone when it wasn't necessary because we were letting our egos and our pride drive our decisions in that moment. Many times it's not even that deep. And I feel like lately it's been my experience where I'm making a bigger impression on people by just electing not to respond. I'm just letting things roll off me. It's been such a abundant season for me, just as far as growth and elevation in so many different areas of my life. Progress is not perfect, you know what I mean? But it's definitely progress. And I'm remaining focused on that because I'm finding that the energy that I put out into the world, the mindset that I move around with, the intention on my heart as I communicate with people and as I make decisions is having such a great outcome on what is coming back. And I want to remain in that. Like I said, sometimes we're giving our power away and we're giving our energy away, and it's a horrible investment. There will be no return on that investment because we were doing so from a place of ego and possibly looking to even impose our will or dominance on someone by responding when silence was the move. I'm learning that as I grow and as I go forward in life, I'm learning to better evaluate on the spot before I even dignify something with an answer, whether it's worth a response or not. And I'm finding that now there's a lot of things that in my past I would have taken the time to give my energy to, or I would have given a response to, that now I just don't even bother. It's something about, being in connection with the Most High, and feeling loved, and having your confidence, your self-love in place, having self-care in place. It's something about those things that just puts you in a space where you just don't want the drama. You just don't want negativity. You just don't want to go back and forth. You don't feel the need to explain. Whatever it is that people feel about us, they're right. What other people think about us is not our business. There's going to be situations where people have negative views on you based on someone else's experience with you. And if they're the type of individuals who make assessments on people based on someone else's experience, and so be it. It is not, I repeat, it is not our responsibility to prove or disprove that. We should be interacting with one another as best as we can in a way that is authentic, true, kind, and healthy, because sometimes a bad interaction that you had with someone else was motivation for you to do better the next time. We're not perfect, me included. I definitely have flaws, but I'm working on them and I own them. And I still love myself through those flaws. And I think that's important as well, because it puts you better in a position to make change when you're able to give yourself grace and love yourself, and, give yourself the same grace that you give to other people as you look to make improvements about yourself. So, even though I recognize that I have flaws, I definitely still love myself, but that inspires me to want to do better and to do right by other people. Sometimes there's situations in the past that I made mistakes about that have caused me to do better or make changes. I tend to be the type of person that learns by making mistakes, trial and error. I tend to want to just try different things, see what works and see what doesn't work, and then I make adjustments. And I am indefinitely the type of woman that if I make a mistake, I can humble myself and come to you and offer you my sincerest apology and accept the fact that you may or may not even want to interact with me after that, depending on if it was a big or a small situation. But for the most part, I usually don't have problems like that. I try to show people respect, but that's just me recognizing that I do make mistakes sometimes. And there are some times in life where I do need to offer an apology. It's the right thing to do. And I will never be beyond that. Like, I'll never be in a place where I don't feel like I could ever offer an apology. That's not humility, and that's not grace. And I try to give myself the same grace that I give to others and vice versa. And we should all do that. Try to be kinder, and more considerate and understanding. And as you all know, I am very big on boundaries and accountability. We should always have those in place, but at the same time, be in a space where we're ready to give grace. We have that security within ourselves that we don't always have to go around feeling like the world is out to get us, and that we should be in our negative. We should be operating in abundance and in love and in kindness and patience as much as we possibly can with ourselves and others. So, just food for thought, something to take into consideration if you've recently been in a situation where it could have become argumentative or it could have become heated. Hopefully you elected, just to step away and walk away, even if you choose to revisit the discussion later. Because when I'm in an emotional state, I'm not as great a communicator as I am when I'm calm and when I'm in frame and when I'm on the level. So this has just been something that I've been working on recently, just reminding myself that not everything or everyone requires a response from me. And sometimes people are just looking to trigger you deliberately to see if they can get you to jump off sides. It's encroachment. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that, and be self-aware. So these are just some things that I've been working on lately, just taking inventory of myself, looking to be the best version of myself possible at all times, and recognizing that this was an area of opportunity for me, just knowing that I shouldn't be moving through the world as if the world is out to get me. Not everything requires a response from us. Not everything requires our energy. And sometimes the best response that you can give is just your silence. As always, if you all have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop that down in the comment section. Also, check the description box for information in regards to recommended videos and other content, and just overall information about the channel. Check the YouTube About page. All the links to my socials are there. The address to my P.O. box if you want to shoot anything over. The links to my Cash App and PayPal are there if you would like to make a small donation to the channel. It would always be appreciated. If you have any recommendations of episodes for audio files or any other content on the channel, feel free to send an email to askbizlifestyle@gmail.com. Askbizlifestyle@gmail.com. That is askbizlifestyle@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram. I'll throw that up on the screen. That is worthy1212, all lowercase letters, worthy XII on Instagram. I am so grateful. It feels amazing to be back. We will definitely be sure to keep these going. And I hope that this has been food for thought and something that you could possibly take inventory about and look to work on for yourself. It is not about me. It is about us. As always, I am grateful for you. And I thank you so much for spending time with me. It does not go unnoticed. And I do not take it for granted. And as always, I believe in you. So you be sure to do the same. Until next time, this has been Audio Files with Biz Lifestyle.